Hey, Financial Futures family! Welcome back to the channel where we bring you the latest updates on financial matters, stimulus checks, and more. If you find these updates valuable, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more content. Today's video is sponsored by our friends at Yent, helping you boost your credit score. Check the details in the description below. Now, let's dive into the exciting news for 2024. Can you believe it? More stimulus checks are on the way. We're talking about $1,500 checks and even multiple $500 monthly checks. There's a lot happening, so let's break it down. First up, qualified New Jersey residents are in for a treat with $1,500 stimulus checks that went out on January 10. That's right, financial relief for some lucky New Jersey residents. And in Topeka, Kansas, if you're 65 or older and own a home, you might be eligible for some extra cash. But that's not all. Stay tuned for the latest universal basic income programs, including a federal $1,200 monthly check for every American. Now, let's talk about Michigan's $55 million experiment with guaranteed income. Flint moms, regardless of their income, are receiving a $1,500 payment mid-pregnancy, followed by $500 per month for the first year of the child's life. It's a unique program, and we want to know your thoughts. Is this the right approach, or could the funds be better allocated? And speaking of pilot programs, Harris County in Texas is gearing up for a guaranteed income pilot program. Over 1,900 eligible households will receive $500 a month for 18 months. Could this model work on a national level? Share your opinions in the comments below. Now, the big question: should the money that's currently being allocated abroad be redirected to help Americans in need? We've seen billions going to other countries, but what about our fellow citizens? There's a proposal for a $1,200 monthly check for every American, adults getting $1,200, and kids $600, lasting for 5 years. Do you think it's a viable solution, or is it too ambitious? Now, before we get into our next topic, make sure you hit that like button, smash the subscribe button if you haven't already, and share this video with anyone you know who's connected to Social Security, SSI, ssdi, or any fixed income government benefits. We're all in this together, and getting this information out is vital. Alright, so let's talk about what's happening on Capitol Hill. Representative John Larson, a true champion for Social Security, is leading the charge with the Social Security 2100 Act. This isn't just another empty promise. We're talking about a potential game changer, a significant increase in Social Security checks for every American. After 53 long years, we're on the brink of a major shift, with Larson, Bernie Sanders, and other lawmakers pushing for substantial increases, including a $2,400 per month boost. Yes, you heard that right. Now, I know what you're thinking. We've heard promises before. But this time, there's a real wave of hope. Larson isn't just talking, he's walking the walk with the Social Security 2100 Act. And guess what? We're finally seeing some traction. Check out this video clip from Representative John Larson.
We're here this afternoon to discuss America's #1 anti-poverty program for the elderly and the #1 anti-poverty program for children. It's Social Security. I want to commend my colleague from the Ways and Means Committee, Mr. Moore, who just left, for his work on the committee. But here's the issue, Mr. Speaker. This Congress that we're all a part of has not enhanced Social Security, now going on 53 years. So it was 1971 was the last time the United States Congress, which has the responsibility, enhanced Social Security for any of its recipients. 10,000 baby boomers a day become eligible for Social Security. And since 1971, Congress has not taken any action. I'm joined by my colleagues, Mr. Speaker, of all Americans. Social Security is the only pension that they have. And Congress hasn't acted in more than 53 years. We need to enhance the program. We need to enhance it in a way that makes sure that everyone gets an across-the-board increase, but especially for 5 million of our fellow Americans, mostly women, who get below poverty level checks from the government of the wealthiest nation in the world because Congress has not taken the time or the effort. And who are these people? They're your brothers, they're your sisters, their aunts, your uncles, your neighbors, the people you go to church with. And where does this money go? Right back into every single member's district. Mr. Moore in Utah has 110,000 Social Security recipients in his district. Every single member of Congress is getting a card that tells them how many recipients they have in their district, what they receive, whether they're dependents, spouses, or disability. That's what we're focused on. We want a vote, Mr. Speaker, because the American people demand it. That's why I'm joined here for this special hour on this floor by so many of our colleagues. There's so many of us that we hope everyone will recognize their time and consideration for their colleagues, but also would just point out the more than 350 groups across the nation that support Social Security 2100, including the National Committee to Preserve Social Security and Medicare, Social Security Works, the NAACP, the AFL-CIO, Paralyzed Veterans of America, the National Education Association, and I could go on. But instead, I'm going to recognize the gentleman from New Jersey, a leader on the Subcommittee on Social Security, Mr. William Pascrell.
Thank you, John. Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise today with my brothers and sisters on behalf of more than 124,000 of my constituents in North Jersey, in the 9th District, who rely on Social Security each and every month. They rely on it. To some, as in the entire country, that's their only means of income, of survival. That's how Social Security was established in the 30s, implemented a few years later. Social Security is one of America's greatest success stories. I remember the first time I ran for Congress in 1996. I walked into a room prepared to deal with the housing codes and public housing. But the only questions folks asked me, where do you stand on Social Security? Do you want to privatize Social Security? Social Security is a success story. 90 years. It stands as a monument to decency and dignity and the birthright of hard-working Americans. Yet, throughout its storied history, Mr. Larson, it has been under attack. Even in 1935, it has been the subject of attacks and lies from day one. The Republican Study Committee, which represents 3/4 of House Republicans, proposed slashing Social Security benefits by $718 billion. The GOP leadership wants to create a so-called fiscal commission in our government funding bill. That is a wolf in sheep's clothing. I'm proud to join my friend and friends and my friend Congressman John Larson in a letter opposing this cynical ploy to slash Social Security and Medicare. Without aggressive action, Social Security lurches toward insolvency. Congress has a sacred responsibility to fight for its future. Same question asked 26 years ago is asked of me today. That is why I'm standing with Mr. Larson on his Social Security 2100 Act.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm not here to make promises, just to keep you informed. The 2024 presidential election is around the corner, and Social Security is becoming a hot topic. Congress members, both old and new, are making their moves, and we need to pay attention. If you're receiving Social Security, SSI, SSDI, or plan to, buckle up because this could impact you directly. The proposed changes aim to benefit everyone, but especially the 5 million Americans, mostly women, receiving below poverty level checks. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the $943 Social Security check scheduled for release in just 16 days. This is the first SSI payment of 2024, and it's worth up to $943 for individual filers. Couples can expect up to $1,415, and essential persons providing care could get $472. These amounts are a result of the 3.2% COLA increase from 2023. It's crucial to remember that these SSI payments are additional, coming on top of regular Social Security benefits. But back to the bigger picture, Larson and his allies are fighting for more than just one-time increases. They're pushing for a fundamental change, and this could be a game changer for countless Americans, especially those who haven't amassed massive retirement funds. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are you optimistic about these potential changes, or are you taking a wait-and-see approach? Stay tuned for more updates, and as always, take care and stay financially informed. And that's a wrap for today's update. If you're curious about the recent changes to Social Security, check out our latest video right up here. Click it and stay informed about the latest updates for 2024. Take care, be safe, and thank you for watching Financial Futures.